Hello, all my fellow Geminis, actually Geminians, but we'll go with Gemini. Um, so glad to be with you. I've got our forecast here. I've got some really nice aspects to talk about. But first, I want to share with you my latest special. You're going to love this. You're going to love it. You're going to laugh when I tell you. Okay. You know that when I offer a special, I discount my readings. And that's exactly what I'm doing for the month of August. I'm discounting my birth chart readings, both forecasts, meaning the 6-month forecast and the 12-month forecast. But this special is a special because I'm offering an option I have not offered before. And here's the part where I want your ears to kind of perk up because you're gonna love it. This is an option when you order your special reading. You can also order a face-to-face, one-on-one Zoom session with me as I read your birth chart or your forecast. You will be right there. You'll be able to ask your questions. We'll be able to talk to one another. I have no idea how long it's going to last. And those of you who have had a reading from me know I don't time my readings. So I can't even tell you how long it's going to last. So I'm throwing this out there. And I thought of all the Geminis out there when they hear about this one-on-one face-to-face deal. Oh my word. I might have to just pack a lunch, you know what I mean? And you might want to do the same thing. So anyhow, that's that. All right, now let's get on with this forecast for August 2020. No, my lips are still not working as a team. I got up at dark 100 to make sure that I could record everything. And, you know, I'm thinking, let me just be lucid enough to be understood. So let me start with fabulous Jupiter. Jupiter is the greater benefic, all right? It is expansiveness. It is generosity. It's money. It's abundance. It is God's blessing. And it is retrograde in our solar 11th house. Now, that means that it's not expressing itself on its highest and best level. It will, but that's in a couple of months. Don't worry, it will come out of retrograde. It will move into direct motion, and we'll really see it then and there. Okay. However, the 11th house is our friendship circle, and it's humanitarianism. Do you belong to a church group, a religious organization? That might fall under the category, but it's philanthropic organizations. So it's more humanitarian organizations. It's quite beautiful. And so this is a time you're going to want to be with your friends. And since it's retro, your friends may be otherwise busy. You may not be able to really get together with the groups of people that you would enjoy as much as you might enjoy it. Now you see why I'm looking forward to doing Gemini forecasts during my special, because we'll be able to talk to each other and laugh and joke. And I will, of course, record it and send it to you so you can play it back anytime you want to. All right, so that's a really good example. Let's move on to Mars, the red planet. Now, wherever Mars is, that's what we throw ourselves into, what we fight with and fight for. It's in our 12th house of behind the scenes activities, and we're going to want solitude and privacy, if you can imagine that. Yeah, we are. You may find too, because the 12th house is the subconscious, you are investigating or coming to terms with any anger that you have stuffed, because the 12th house is where we stuff it on the subconscious level. So you're going to want your privacy. Excuse me, I need my glasses because I can't read my own handwriting. Yes. On the 20th, Mars moves into our solar first house, and we are a disguised Aries. Prior to that, we're disguised Pisces. Oh, we're dreaming, that type of thing. We are impatient, and we may not know why. On the 20th, we know why, and we're even more impatient. And the mantra is out of my way. I'm doing what I want, when I want, how I want, because I want. Go for it. Don't squelch it. But if you're going to go toe to toe with somebody, you might think about what you're fixing to say first before you blurt it out. You know how we are, my fellow Geminis. We just, we blurt out the truth, and it's like, oh, did I really say that? And we laugh it off. Yeah, we really said it. So I'm just saying, be aware of it and do your thing your way. You don't have to run over anybody to do that. Now, Venus, the pink planet, is in its own house, just like Mars is in its own house. Venus is the lesser benefic. It brings money, it brings happiness, it brings beauty, and it's in our second house of money. Yes, I know you've just backed this video up to make sure you heard that correctly. I'll repeat it now. Venus in the second house can bring money. Now you may want to know how much. I don't know, but you can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket. Okay. On the 11th, Venus moves from our second house. It's been there, into our third of our conscious mind, and we're talking more lovingly. We're seeing things through the eyes of beauty and happiness. It's a really good time to finish writing that book or that podcast because it's a time of communication. And Gemini, we are the sign of communication. All right. The sun, the yellow planet, the center of our life. It's our conscious mind. This is also the third house of siblings. So you might want to get in touch with siblings and communicate with them. Short trips are advisable, definitely. On the 22nd, the sun moves into our fourth house of home, family, and real estate. Are you buying? Are you selling? Are you renovating? Or are you just staying at home saying, home, sweet home? Whatever. Enjoy it. Now, Mercury is the blue planet, and Mercury is going to go into the shadow of the retrograde on August 20th. If you have been following me for any length of time, you know that the shadow of the retrograde is the herald going forth, as it were, announcing that Mercury is getting ready to go retrograde. And when Mercury is in the shadow of the retrograde, it feels like it's retro. And that means everything is unsettled. So I'm telling you, it's going to go into the shadow of the retrograde. It'll go retrograde in September. So you will, I don't want you to think you're going crazy because you're looking at your ephemeris perhaps, and you're saying, well, Mercury isn't retro. No, it's not retrograde. It is in the shadow, or it will be in the shadow. All right. So first it's in the third house where it is now. Lots of talking, lots of communicating. I look forward to reading your chart on Zoom with you. because I know how this speaks to the heart of every Gemini out there. On the 4th, Mercury moves into your 4th house, our 4th house, and you're communicating with relatives. It's home, it's family, it's real estate. And on the 25th, good news, it's in our 5th house of fun and games. Now, Mercury is not an action planet, it's a thinking planet. So we're thinking, gee, I'd like to throw a party, or gee, I wish somebody would throw a party so I don't have to set up and clean up. But Mercury in the 5th is ready for fun. And the 5th is children too. So party on. Now the full moon on the 8th of, August 11th is in our solar 9th house. It's in 19 degrees of Aquarius. The 9th house is the big picture. It's philosophy. It's our principles, not our ideas, our principles. It's higher education. And with a full moon in our 9th house, we will see the big picture. It's also the house of publishing. So finish up that wonderful book and get it published. The new moon is on the 27th of August in 4 degrees of Virgo. Now, 2 days before the new moon, we're in the dark of the moon and there's no energy and people are bored, that type of thing. On the new moon, the energy starts moving forward and communication with family members is an option, as is simply spending time at home with the remote in your hand, enjoying your own company. Home sweet home. There you have it. So I hope you have a great August, and I'll look forward to seeing you in a month when once again I take a look at our forecast for the coming month. Until then, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.